me again. Today's going to be a quick update and recap for the past week of development. It's been about a week since I decided to go ahead with this project and try to release a game in just 2 months. And 1 week in, we're already behind schedule. So let's take a look at what's going on. So the week started off pretty strong. I was working hard every day and I was really focused. And then that kind of fell apart on Thursday or Friday, and then I didn't get much done on the weekend. This is something I struggle with quite a bit. I kind of get into these cycles of high productivity and then very low productivity, but something I just have to keep working on, and the best thing I can do is get back to work, which is what I'm doing right now. That said, I did make a good bit of progress last week. I just didn't quite hit my goals of having a full, meaningful prototype by the end of the week. I still don't have that. It's Monday now, and I don't have like a full model for the gameplay to try out. We're still lacking a good amount of the AI or enemy AI part of the game. We're still lacking weapons and weapon customization and looting and inventory management. So those are things that I need to keep working on, but the AI has come along quite a bit. We have one enemy type which has pretty much the same capabilities as you do. It's just a matter of controlling it and determining its behavior. It'll do good enough for now. It needs quite a bit of work to make it less aimbody and to make it a little bit more natural, and then to add pathfinding so it doesn't just ram into walls. But it feels like something. The second part of that I want to add is a more horde-like enemy. Something like I've been playing Earth Defense Force over the weekend quite a bit, which is actually really great, and I get some inspiration from gaming every once in a while. It's good to do, but hurts my focus a bit. But anyway, in EDF you kind of get like large swarms of enemies that come right up at you. So I would like to add something like that, and combined with some of the work that Isaac was doing, talking about kind of creepy crawly enemies. I kind of want to make a more horde-like thing that tries to melee attack you. So while that should be pretty simple, the last thing that I kind of got hung up on was some performance issues. So the code I had in place for how the player moves, I was also going to use that for the enemies as well, but that's turned out to be way overly complicated, and it's got some interesting features to it, but it's not really worth it, and not worth my time to really get it done and like fully performant for this. Real quick, I should clarify, the algorithm that I was using for the character controllers was the thing that's too slow and too complicated, and that I'm rewriting now. The fact that I was using it for the player and the enemies, that's fine, I'm still going to do that. It's just that I need to rewrite, I need a new version of the character controller itself, because it wasn't performant enough to handle too many instances of it going on the screen at once. So yeah, still using the same algorithm for both the player and enemies, but I'm just rewriting that algorithm. So continue. When you're thinking of trying to do 20 or 30 like I am, or maybe 100, that's just not going to cut it. So so I'm working on a much more simpler and performant version of that, which actually should really work just as well at the end of the day. So my next step will be to finish that up. So once I have that finished, I should be able to play around with having a lot more enemies, and then I can move on to the weapon customization and stuff like that, which there's already quite a bit of framework in place for that, so that shouldn't be the hardest stuff. I know that's what programmers say, oh yeah, that should be easy, and then 10 days later, we're wondering why it's not done. But let's see how that goes, fingers crossed. But in addition to that, I've also I've submitted a request to form an incorporation, a company that I can sell this game with. And I've also talked to my brother for doing sound effects, and another friend who might get involved to do the music for the game. So there's quite a lot of different things on my mind, from business to code to design to directing audio to directing the artistic direction of the game. And it's starting to seem pretty daunting to actually be able to deliver on the code and the design side of things while also having an input on all these other things. Of course, I'm going to try to let the artists have as much autonomy as I can, but I still am going to inevitably have opinions on how things should be at the end of the day, and I'm going to have to be involved in that process. So yeah, I think that's it for the update. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, and try this kind of format out. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of content I want to put on YouTube. I kind of settled into a pattern in the past couple of weeks, which has been working fairly well, but it's still taking a lot of my time to edit and develop the videos. So, and of course I'll probably want to roll in some B-roll here and there and make these videos more clear. So let me know what you think about this format for the video. Hopefully we'll have some art and maybe a game title and maybe some gameplay and more stuff to show you in the coming days. So stick around to see that, and if you're around here at the end, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.